Good morning. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Today we are going to discuss this poem Daffodils by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high or over valleys and hills when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, besides the lake beneath the trees fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Here the poet wants to say that while wandering lonely, here I means the poet. He means to say that he was wandering lonely, just as the clouds wander lonely over valleys, hills, like floating aimlessly. So the poet was also traveling aimlessly over valleys and hills. So here he uses a comparison, that is like with the clouds. He himself compared. He's being compared with the clouds, that is that travels, that floats alone over valleys and hills. When while traveling all at once he saw a crowd, that is a crowd of golden daffodils, a crowd of golden daffodils. Then besides the lake, beneath the trees, there was a lake beside, beneath the trees. Then the daffodils were dancing and fluttering in the breeze. Host means a group. Here he meant to say that a group. Wordsworth lived where? In a part of England known as the Lake District. So he must be traveling in there only. So he must be traveling in there, which is filled with lots of hills and valleys, as mentioned in the poem. As mentioned in the poem, which is filled with valleys and hills, of course, lakes. Then assume it was a remote part of the country, like a countryside. You mean right? And then the next paragraph continues, as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Ways, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Here, in the second paragraph, the poet compares the daffodil with the stars. Just as the stars shine so brightly in the galaxy, so the daffodils also shine in the stretched area, like in the stretched area, like it is like twinkling as the stars. The stars twinkle. You have seen the stars like twinkle brightly in the night sky. So the daffodils were also which is golden in color, which is also shining so bright in the sky, in the field, like they are stretched in a never-ending line. Here, never-ending line is the exaggeration that is being used by the poet, which means to which the poet meant that it is like, as far as his eyes goes, it is like never-ending. Then he uses 10,000 saw I at a glance. He uses an exaggeration that he saw 10,000 flowers all at once, which he has never seen in his life. So, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Dance means tossing head. Here means head. There means here head means the daffodils. The head of the daffodils. The waves besides them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. Here, the poet means to say that he was totally overjoyed to see the flowers, that it outdid the sparkling waves in the sea, like the bay, like the waves A poet could not but be gay. Here, be gay means he wants to say here that like he was totally fond of the beauty, that it made an impact on his mind. So in such a company, I gazed and gazed. He was like totally gazing and gazing. But like a thought came into his mind that wealth is this. Wealth is happiness. Wealth means flowers, which means that the actual wealth is being brought by the flowers. That is like he was happy. That is his wealth. Your wealth doesn't mean money. Your wealth means the happiness that is being brought by the flowers. So this was the third stanza. Sorry. Then fourth paragraph. For oft when on my couch I lie in a vacant or in a pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure feels and dances with the daffodils. Here, he means to say that whenever he is alone, all alone, sitting on his couch, like relaxing his mood, only one thought that overlaps, only one thought that comes in his mind, that is the sight of the golden daffodils. Like whenever he is sad, whenever he is in a pensive mood, he always thinks of that flower, thinks of the flower that flashes upon his inward eye. Inward eye here means imagination. Like his imagination always crosses that of the golden daffodils. Anytime he is alone, all alone. Like that is why he said that bliss of solitude. Bliss means happiness, solitude means lonely. Like whenever he is lonely, that is only his bliss. The flowers are bliss to him. And then his heart feels with pleasure. Like he was so grateful to have the sight of the flowers that he always likes to dance with the daffodils. Always. So this was the poem. I'm Ankita Burman from Siliguri Terai B.Ed College. Thank you.